Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Amish Rebel Podcast, Amish Media Group. Today we're here with Lovina. We're going to have another conversation about her channel and some of the comments that you guys have left on her channel as well. So I have a few questions for her today. One of the questions I'm going to be asking her is about her name, her mispronunciation of her name, and what it means. So if you guys are interested in that, stick around. And we'll get into some other stuff as well along the way. But appreciate you guys checking out today's video. Please like and subscribe if you get something out of this video. And share it with your friends. And let's continue to work together on making Lovina's name well known and well pronounced, by the way. A lot of you guys mispronounce it. So thank you for coming on to another episode of the podcast. Greatly appreciate you doing this and taking your time to record these episodes. Always super interesting in the comments. They really appreciate us doing these videos. We're pretty relaxed and casual today. We got the lamp going here. Keeps burning down. But we're in lawn chairs. Just a simple setup.
It's easier. He says it keeps burning down. We'll blame that on Amazon because I couldn't get any.
Amazon.
Lamp couldn't get any kerosene from the Amish. I resorted to Amazon and well, let's just say the quality's not quite there.
Yeah, well, that's what you get when you go outside the Amish community.
I figured that out a lot when you go outside the Amish community to get stuff. It's just not as good.
It comes from China.
Yeah.
China. Anyway, so let's get into it. One of the things that people that I hear a lot is your name being mispronounced. I guess just because of how it's spelled, right? Yeah. So what's the more popular name that people walk up to you with, and how they pronounce your name? Like what do you hear the most of?
Lovina. Alright, so my actual name is Lovina. The I is long. And a lot of people say Lovina. It does not offend me at all if people call me that. I'm just so used to people saying Lovina that I don't even think about it when they do it. But it is a mispronunciation, not on purpose, I'm sure. None of you guys do it on purpose. But yes, it is Lovina. And so in English, it is Lovina. I often get called Lovina. And in Amish, it is... My name in Amish is completely different than it is in English. Like, it does not even look related. But there's a reason for that. And in Amish, it has 3 different pronunciations. And one of them is very common, and the other 2 are not as common. Mine is like the middle common one. Like, there's one that's rare. There's mine that's not very common, but people still know about it. And then there's the other one that's very common. And I come from a long line of Lovinas. I had a great-great-aunt who was named Lovina, and in Amish, they called her name the same as mine is in Amish. And then I have a great-aunt Lovina, and in Amish, they called hers the most common way that the Amish call it. And then I have an aunt who, again, is Lovina, and they call her like the same as my name is in Amish. And then there's me, and I will not continue this line. And I doubt that any of my siblings will, so.
Really? You won't have a daughter named Lovina?
No,
Come on.
Thank you.
Why not? That's fun.
There's so many more interesting names.
Yeah, but you can have a lot of girls.
Basically, to keep the line going, one of my siblings should name their kids after me because, I'm the aunt. It's named after the aunt.
That's definitely gonna happen. You know that. You got 12 siblings. It's bound to have someone.
Should we tell them though what the Amish do with their names? Like if someone leaves the Amish.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I fall into that category.
You're into it, Joseph. So the Amish, your brother will have to do it. Your brother left.
So the Amish do their names. The reason Amish always have like the same names kind of is because the Amish not always, but most of the time name their kids after a family member. So like my name, I'm named after Rose of Lovinas. So they always try and name their kids after family members. They might be distant family members, but they try and name them after family members. But if you leave the Amish, like me, my siblings that are Amish would never have a Lovina to name them after me because I left the Amish. I'm a rebel. If they're afraid if they would name their kids after me, then their kids would leave too. So
it's
so superstitious.
And
something else that is way off topic but very superstitious is they believe that if you let a baby look in the mirror before they're a year old, they're gonna leave the Amish.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal at our house. I remember that. Do not look in the mirror before you're 1 year old, or you're gonna leave the Amish. Apparently, that happened to both of us.
Oh man, it happened to most of their siblings.
Okay, so let's back up to your name. So tell the audience what your name is in Amish.
Okay, in Amish, I was called Fenia. Fenia. Like
how would that be spelled?
So we always call it F-E-E-N-Y if we wanted to be literal. But if you want to do it the way it would be supposed to, it's F-I-N-A. And the reason for this is my name is L-O-V-I-N-A. And the V in German has the F sound. So V is F in German. So, or a lot of times it is. So Fenia, the V turns to an F, and the I turns to an E, because in German the I has the E sound, and then it's N and then A. So Fenia. So that's what they called me. And then the most common way that they pronounce that name is Lovina. So their L's are always flat, like flat. L. Instead of O, it's L. So Lovina is the most common one. I was Fenia, that was the second most common one. And then the most rare one was Lovina, which is pretty close to Lovina. Like a lot of you guys call me, so.
Lovina. I've heard Lovina.
Oh, I've heard that so many times. Some of my uncles call me, or spell my name Lovina.
Yeah. So some of you have called her Lovina, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's totally okay. It's not as common.
Lovina.
Mm-hmm.
And something that Lovina and I have in common, we talked about it just before the podcast, is both of our names get mispronounced. And
we were both bullied for our names growing up because they're not that nice names, I'd say, in Amish. So
they're kind of like the the bottom of the barrel of names in the Amish community. But they are, well, at least Enos, I believe Lovina is a biblical name.
No, Lovina is not
a biblical name.
No.
Enos is a biblical name. That's where they get it from. But my name, Enos, a lot of people, over the phone, people hear Tina, which is super weird.
Well, that's like my dad's name is Emre, and over the phone we used to get packages for Henry.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or like today, I finally changed my last name after getting married. My husband's last name it's a lot less complicated than my other last name was, which my maiden name is Hirschberger. So try explaining that over the phone. But my husband's last name is Suk. And I grew up, Amish pronounce the C very different.
What?
Sleeve. The Amish say sleeve for a sleepra. Sleeve. So we have a Suk, a Su, and a sleepra, and zigzag. So you go on the phone and you're like, today I wanted to change my last name on one of my statements or whatever. Wanted to change my last name, I had to do it over the phone, call customer service. And they're like, okay, what is your new last name? I was like, Suk, C as in zigzag or zebra. And he was quiet for a while, and he was like, okay, so Suk, C as in California. I was like, no, C as in the last letter of the alphabet.
You know what? That's just so funny because Eli, your husband, and I were having a conversation with another guy because Eli can't say the Z sound either.
Yeah, who can if they grew up Amish?
Well, I can because I've practiced it.
Okay, it's like CH and chi. I have a chili, champion. I don't know. I did not realize there's a difference in those three sounds. We were literally taught in school, when we were taught the sounds, we were taught ch. There are three ch sounds. Giraffe, championship, and cham. It's like, okay, there's three ch sounds. There's this giraffe. What does giraffe start with? Ch? No, the other ch sound. CH? No, there's one more. Oh, chi. Okay, got it. And now I leave the Amish and I say chili. Jam. And people are like, she made chili? Chili? No, chili.
Chili. I just saw the reaction video of one of your TikTok videos where somebody was trying to say they were wondering how you were going to take jelly and turn it into chili. Because they thought you said chili and you were using grapes for chili.
I asked our landlord if I made that strawberry jelly. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Made strawberry jelly. And I asked her if she likes strawberry jelly because I have a lot here and I thought I could give them some. And she's like, strawberry chili? And I was like, strawberry jelly. And she's like, how do you make strawberry chili? And I said, no, chili. Like you spread it on bread. And she's like, oh, chili.
Yeah, it's slightly embarrassing, but what I started to do...
No, it's not embarrassing for me because I'm like, that is not my fault.
Well...
I'll just straight up tell them, like, not my fault. I might be stupid, but I was taught this. If you're taught to wear your dress upside down and somebody all of a sudden tells you it's wrong, then you can't be blamed because...
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I guess it's been embarrassing for me early on is because I just didn't know. Well, one of the things, kind of like that's the way we were taught, but then I started embracing it. I'm like, hey, that's just my 8th grade education shining through. Like that's just what it is.
I mean, I might not be all that smart, but I'm thriving in this world full of wrong Amish sounds, and it is what it is. I mean, so far I haven't had a grave error because of it, so
yeah,
I feel like
little mispronunciation of words.
Yeah, the more it happens, the more I feel like, gosh, do I have to go back to kindergarten or preschool or wherever it is you guys learn the sounds and start over?
You think you should?
I don't know. I feel like it could be beneficial. It's like it's like learning an accent. Like people say you can learn accents or unlearn them. Yeah. Like I can't even change my voice. Today I got a phone call and it was an unrecognized number and I thought it was spam for sure, but I accidentally hit the green button instead of the red, and I heard that it was not just an automated machine calling me. Yeah. And someone was on the other end. So I tried like changing my voice and was like, hi. Oh man. I can't do it.
That's funny. So what else do you want to talk about? What other pronunciations have you heard from your name? That people say?
I don't know. So I have Lovina, Lavinia, Lavonia. There's one person that used to call me Lavonia. I don't know why Lavonia. Where's the other one? And then in Amish it's Fini, Lovina, and Lovina. And my name is spelled L-O. A lot of Amish Lovinas are L-A. So I always stress when I'm talking to an Amish person, I always stress that my name is Lovina, and it is in fact so weird that when I was a teacher, an Amish school teacher, my students did not realize that my name Finia was spelled L-O-V-I-N-A. They're like, how? They were just as confused as you are. Like, how does Lovina, L-O-V-I-N-A, turn into Finia? Like, they always thought my name starts with an F, because they also have a girl named Fanny. Like, they legit named their girls Fanny. I have a sister named Fanny. And that starts with an F. They call them Fanny. So they have Fannies and Feenies. So mom and dad's oldest daughter is named Fenia, Mia, and their youngest daughter is named Fenia. And so is my grandparents. My grandparents' oldest daughter is named Fenia, and their youngest daughter is named Fenia. And just a little piece, like, mom always wanted they had Mia, their oldest daughter, Fenia, and then mom always wanted a Fenia. And dad was like, nope, they're too close. Fenia and Fenia are too close to the same pronunciation. He's never doing that. He knows grandma and grandpa did it, but he's never doing it. Then I left the Amish before my youngest sister was born, and my youngest sister is born, and they call her Fenia. And the first time I saw my dad, after that, I was like, I saw you never have a Fenia. And he's like, well, we had to do something to replace you.
That's just crazy.
It's like, okay, don't be blunt.
Wow. and they do that stuff too.
Like I know, I feel like my older brother left.
They just like treat you like you died or something.
Mm-hmm. My older brother left, and they had a baby right after that. They named her Rachel, which surprisingly enough, my brother is married to Rachel, so.
But that was before, right?
Yeah, well, they had the baby in March, and Joseph and Rachel, they were already talking, they weren't dating. They didn't actually start officially dating until May. The baby was 2 months old, but we had no idea that Joseph was even talking to a Rachel at that time. Like, we wrote him a letter told him that the baby's name is Rachel, and he wrote a letter back and was like, oh, that's a nice name. And when he wrote back, they were already dating, and he didn't even tell us that they were dating. Like, he just wrote back and was like, oh, Rachel's a nice name, and was so slyly dating his future wife behind our backs.
So that's a little bit about how the Amish, or how, I guess, a little history of your name, how to pronounce it. So the correct pronunciation is Lovina.
Yeah.
Lovina. Yep.
Lovina.
And so some of you, if you care to say it the right way, you can practice that.
Or
Lovina.
You can say Lovina, or if you want to catch me really off surprise, say Fenia. So I was made fun of for my name growing up, and I hated that name, and I still get a bad taste in my mouth from it. But my uncles found out that I don't like it, that I don't like Fenia. And so whenever they want to be like annoying or something, they're like, Fenia.
But I don't do that.
No, you don't. I'm talking about a specific uncle. He has been on the podcast. His name is Levi, Uncle Levi. He looks exactly like my dad without a beard. And he has my dad's attitude and everything or whatever. Like, he's not quite as Amish, but still, his personality, I should say. And he is the worst at it. Like, I'm being annoying. He's
there you are. There you being called out.
And so I'm like, Livia, because his name in Amish is Livia. And so I taught his wife that his Amish name is Livia. And so she likes to, and his wife didn't grow up Amish, so she doesn't know Amish. So his wife likes to say like, Livia! It's so funny.
Oh, that takes him right back to his childhood. So give the audience, give them just a great memory about you being called Lovina in the Amish.
Oh man.
You have one?
No, I don't have a single great memory.
Different question then.
I have many great memories of being called Lovina when I was not Amish. Like, I left the Amish, and I'm like, people are like, what is your name? I'm like, Lovina. And they're like, oh, that's so nice. And I was like, huh? And another thing that is so nice, so I had two things that I really hated about myself growing up, my name and my teeth. I was bullied so badly for my teeth growing up that I did not even dare smile by the age of 6. Like, I was too afraid to smile.
Wow, that's crazy. I remember that.
And then I get on videos and people are like, how do you keep your teeth so nice? I'm like, huh? I brush them? That's all I do?
You know, that reaction right there took me back when you were like 5 years old. You were such an innocent little girl. And I remember that because I was still Amish, and I used to come to your house all the time when you were a little girl, and I worked with your parents. Anyway, so I do remember that you were made fun of for your teeth.
They literally call me. So I don't know. Do you guys know? But Holstein cows have gangly legs and long faces and big teeth. Mm-hmm. And growing up, I had like a long face. Like my face was kind of long. I had gangly legs. I've been this tall since I was in the 5th grade. So they called me a Holstein cow. Oh, that was my nickname. And then they also used to call me Beaver because of my long teeth.
Well, it's no wonder you left the Amish.
Oh, man.
What pleasant names.
I used to have villain daydreams of how I'm going to get back at these people, and now I'm living life and I don't even think about them, and that's enough of a payback for me.
Well, you're getting back at them by doing this.
No, I'm not even, I don't even know what they're doing in their life anymore. That makes me happy.
Yeah, same here. It's like a kind of like freedom, you know, to just go live your own life and not worry about what they are doing. But okay, well, anything else you want to share with the audience?
Nope. Signing off, Lovina.
Signing off, Lovina and Enos. It's not Enos. It's not E-N-I-S. It's E-N-O-S.
Enos.
Enos. Yep.
It's a very rare name, but Enos.
It is very rare. E-N-O-S.
E-N-O-S.
I've gotten so used to spelling that name to people that I just automatically say it and then I spell it.
Did people ever call you Nose or anything?
Nose. Oh yeah, people. So I have a funny story about nose because we all have like these big Stutzman noses, and
Stutzman is.
So I start dating Kat. My wife, now wife, I start dating her, and her nephew comes up to me, and he's probably about 10, 12 years old, and he goes, his name's Jordan, and he goes, Enos, you know why your name is Enos? 'Cause you have a big nose.
The reason I ask is because I went to school with an Enos, and they used to call him Enos, and I was like, that is so
I got that. I got that a lot. Enos.
Typical Amish. Let's turn your literal name into an insult.
Yeah. Anyway, they're not all that way. Okay?
No.
We're talking about the Schwarzenegger Amish community, and we will probably bash that community. Those communities.
And the smaller the community is, the meaner they are. I feel like the smaller the community is, the more they criticize you because they have only a certain amount of people to criticize.
Yeah.
So they are going to criticize the tiniest detail out of everything you do, and yeah. I do want to emphasize before we close out today's podcast, because we've gotten criticism from from other maybe former Amish people that didn't grow up Schwarzenegger. We are giving our perspective from a Schwarzenegger Amish community standpoint, not from any other community, because there are a lot of like not as strict Amish communities out there that are they're really good people, and there are some good Schwarzeneggers, but there are a lot of good Schwarzeneggers, but a lot of them are so deep into
their religion. Yeah. Anyway, remember, always be intentional, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.